Hey folks, Carl here for Making Models and welcome to episode number 5. This episode we will be painting on the camouflage. Some of the footage was lost painting on the brown part of the camouflage, so it'll cut from being the green part finished to the brown part being finished as well. And then we get on to painting all the jewellery on the hull, all the hand tools, cables, the bits of track, things like that. And then it's on to some chipping effects using a bit of black and a little bit of gunmetal grey to give the effect that we've gone straight through to the hull. So I'm going to carry on with these while you watch the video. Right, okay, that is the camo on. I'm still undecided if I actually like it or not, but yeah, we'll stick with it for now. What I'm going to do now is I am going to go around and start painting all the bits of jewellery, like all the hand tools, the tracks, the cable, and the rubber on the two outer tyres. I'm not going to bother trying to get it on the inner tyre because I don't think you're going to see it. And I'm not 100% sure if the inner tyres actually had rubber on them. So I'm going to crack on and get that done. Oh, I'll get these exhaust pipes rusted up as well on the back of there. So I'm going to crack on with these. Okay, so the plan now is going to be, I'm going to do a little bit off camera and then I'll come back on and show you what it is that I've done. So since the last clip I've gone and put on the black rubber around the outer edge tyres. Looking at some of the reference pictures and all the rest of it, there wasn't any rubber on any of the other tyres, I don't think. So quite subtle. Not done the other side yet, so you can see the difference between that and that. sure what it's going to look like when the track's on. I shall take a look shortly. We've also gone and painted tracks on the back of their base coat. These are going to touched up slightly on where these teeth are here. I shall be going over with a dry brushing with a metallic colour, because those are the part of the go into the wheels and whatnot, so they'll be a bit more worn out than what those are. Even though they're replacements, I'm sure they've been beg steeled and borrowed from other tanks. So I'm now going to start. I'm going to do the other side of those wheels, and then I'm going to start on the hand tools, toolboxes, and then we're going to start to do some chipping. Still got this cable to do yet. I'm quite chuffed with this cable because it's come out reasonably okay where I joined it. It's not massively obvious because it was quite a bit too long. I didn't bother putting one on the other side. We've got to paint that up as well. So yeah, so I shall carry on and do a little bit more, and we'll be right back with an update. Okay, quick update of where we're at. All the wheels are now done on both sides of the tank. Still nothing completed on the back yet, so I'm still waiting on that. I've gone and painted the ring on the top of the turret like a metal grey, because obviously that gun is going to be a swinging round all that, so it's very unlikely to retain any sort of paint. I've also dry brushed the ends of these hooks, a little bit of silver. I don't know if you can be able to see that or not. Showing up quite bright there. It's not actually that much on there. And on the top cover itself, we've gone and got all those tracks painted, and I've washed it with a bit of metal grey just to give it a little bit of shine, because obviously it's going to get gunked up as well, so we're going to lose most of that shine. Hand tools are now painted. I don't know what these are. I need to do some research to see what colour to paint them. Same on the other side. Tracks are done. This is now done with a silver, aluminium silver for the end, and a metal grey for the rope itself. Wooden handle on the sledgehammer. What colour was it again? It is chrome silver for the pry bar. And again, we've got, these look like cutters, so I've done those in metal grey. And we've got like a huge spanner, ratchet spanner or something like that there. And again, we've got this, whatever this is, I'm not sure. I'm going to have a look. So that's where we are so far. So I shall go and carry on and do some little bit more. I am probably going to get onto the back of this now and get those exhausts rusted up. It'll probably just be pipes. Don't think I'll do this bottom bit rusted up, and then we can start to gloss varnish it ready. Well, no, we'll do some very small amount of chipping to start off with. So that we can then gloss it. So that's what we're looking like so far. So start to take shape. So we shall be right back shortly. Okay, trying to get some rust effects onto the back of here. I'm just going to show you what I am experimenting with. So what I've taken is these Humbrol rust coloured weathering powder. Gone ahead and mixed a little bit with water so we can use it like paint. I've then painted it on to the exhaust, and then taking a dry brush like so, dipped it into the weathering powder and then flicked it with my finger onto the wet part where I painted the wet powder. So the actual result doesn't look too bad. I'll see if I can get this to zoom in and show you. So can we get that to focus at all? Let's try there. So difficult to show, it's on a bit of a funny angle. So we've got the raised parts of the powder looking like it's rusting up. So I'm going to let that dry and see what it looks like once it's dried up. So again, we shall see you shortly. Okay, those are now dry. I need to do a little bit of tidy up work. So turn it upside down might be easier to see. I'm going to tidy it up a little bit around the edges. I think they've turned out quite well. The camera's not picking it up that great. I'll probably take a picture so we can see it a bit better. So there we go. Rusty exhausts. So let's carry on. Talk to you shortly. Okay, that is all the wheels done, both sides. The rusting up of the rear. Now this turned into a bit of a disaster, and I've had to go over and respray some of it. I was tempted to do the whole lot and then re-rust. If we zoom in the way, you can see that they are now rusted up, but this powder gets everywhere, and I mean everywhere. It got all over my hands, and then it went and got all over the bottom, all over the wheels, all over my bench, and it was just everywhere. I had to completely strip my bench down and wipe it all down. Horrid. We finished all the jewellery. I had a research of these things, and they're like a metallic colour, so I just did the same colour as I've done this. I'm not sure whether these are cutters or a tripod or something, I'm not sure. So the spanner's done, the cable's done, the tools, we've got like a pry bar, sledgehammer, the tracks, same on the other side, tracks, axe, spade or a shovel, and this, whatever they are. If anyone knows what this is, let me know. So starting to come together. So now we're going to, I haven't done anything on this apart from, which I've already stated, which was the ring around here. So now I plan to do some very light chipping, not too much. We're just going to use some of this stuff, a tiny little piece rolled up and then the end roughened up, and a little bit of flat black. So we want a little square. This stuff is, how much was it? I think it was about £1.50 for a pack of 5, just like this. It's exactly the same as you get on the sponge scrubbers. It's so cheap, it's not worth waiting until a sponge is clean. So I'm just going to roll that up like that, and then get my clamping tweezers, these ones, and I'm just going to clamp it in there like that, and I'm then going to find something to roughen the edge up. So I'll get a pair of these, and we'll just start pulling at bits, pulling bits off, stretching bits out, just to make the surface uneven and broken up. roughing it up. So we'll do the wheels, some on the wheels first. There's not much of this left. Hopefully some's gone on there. So it's literally just going to be a dip of that and take the excess off. You can see there we're getting a pattern already. So we want some very light touches on the wheels. So just like so. Under here, just along the edges, in the corners. Not really doing it on camera, am I? We're not doing too much. Some very little bits. Do some little bit on the bottom of that. And that, I think, we'll do is on there to the body itself. Particularly large amount on the handles because I'm looking to, I'll probably do a little bit of gunmetal on those as well. So it's just going around and adding to edges and where you think the tank will be, for the most part, battered, well not battered, but very lightly scratched, usually on the edges of things. What I want to do after this and it's dried is go around where we've got the bigger marks. I just said that, put a touch of gunmetal done. I think that is enough for that. So what we've done is very lightly, it's not a huge amount on there. Let's move these lights a bit so they're not so bright. Turn them around. So onto turret. There's quite a bit left on that, so commander's hatch. We'll see quite a lot of wear on it. Flat, so I'm just roughing it up again. Again on the handles. Probably a lot around this hatch as well. There's going to be any point doing the end of the turret because this is going to be all smoked up anyway. Black powder. A bit more on that. There we go. So let's put this camera base not in the best of positions. There we go. And just random spots. Big daub around the hatches and on the handles. So as soon as this is dry, I am going to go over some of the edges where the bigger daubs of black are and just put a little bit of gunmetal just to make it look like it's gone through the undercoat as well. And onto the metal. So I shall wait for these to dry and then we'll come back and have a look. So talk to you shortly. Okay, this stuff is now dry, so I'm just going to go around and touch up places like this. places like this bit here, and I'm just going to put a tiny little bit of gunmetal inside where all the black is, up on here. Some of these places where there's quite a bit of black, just to break up the black a little bit and to make it look like it's gone through the undercoat and onto the actual metal, the casting that the tank's made from. So I'm going to use gunmetal, give it a good shake up, quite a fine brush. Oh, cool. Take some of that out of the lid, put it in there. Just a drip of X20. Do. So. Just got a tiny little bit of X20 with the gunmetal in it, just to thin it out a bit. We're just going to go across and just edge it up a bit. And just add that bit of shine. Particularly on the handrails, because it's places like that that are going to see most of the wear. Just tiny little bits on edges, and hopefully when we do the wash, whatever we decide to wash it in, it'll show up quite well. Maybe it won't. We'll see. Steady your hands. Completely off camera again. Concentrating, I'm not saying what I'm doing. So if we zoom in a little bit, one day I'm going to learn which way is which. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but you can see just on some of the edges, I just added that little bit of shine. The light's reflecting off it quite badly, and once we put some wash on it, it'll probably cover most of it back up. So I'm going to go around the rest of the tank and touch little bits and pieces up. So I shall talk to you shortly. should do us. So there's not a huge amount on there. So if you look at that grill, very subtle. And the handles where it's used a lot, plenty on there. Around leading edges, things like that. So hopefully when we wash it, that'll tone it down a little bit, so it's not quite as shiny. So that is all the chipping and all the jewellery painted. So next, once all this is dry, we shall add a gloss varnish, which will probably be using the old favourite, the Pledge. I'll do a very light coat to start off with, and then I'll probably give it 12 hours to dry and then put a couple of more coats on, but that will be on the next episode. So for this episode, I think that'll do for now. So thank you very much for watching, and please hit that like and subscribe if you've liked it and you want to see some more. And as always, keep making models, be good, be safe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.